They made it seem like they were friends, supposedly were, as far as I was supposed to know. But that's $3,000, and it poof. So we're out here in the woods in the middle of Goose Bay. We're going around here looking for a cabin with some wood that was taken off my trailer without the customer's permission. Driving along the main road, we found the guy's car. This guy has stopped talking to us, me and the customer. He has 3 phone numbers, 2 of which no longer work. So today, we got a good story for you guys. More reasons not to get into this profession and just things to look out for. But first, we're pulling into Tim Hortons. I am not sponsored, but we are getting some Tim Biebs and a Biebs brew, I think. Gotta get our Tim Hortons. Truck is gone.
Hello, Tim Hortons.
Hey there, can I get the full Tim's Biebs remix, please?
What's that, sir?
The Biebs remix.
The Biebs.
The Tim Biebs, yeah, and there's a Biebs brew. Gonna get one of those. And we're gonna try a small s'mores ice cap. Trying all the novelties today.
Everything?
Yes, sir. Sir. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, yeah, cheers, buddy. So today we are talking about how we almost had a load of wood stolen, a load of lumber. I mean, lumber doesn't sound like a big deal, but that's $3,000 and it almost poof. Like, what the hell? That is French vanilla, that is good. I think the truck's dying on us. What do I mean? I mean, the truck doesn't want to run anymore. The motor in this thing is gone. So this all starts back in like November, maybe even October of last year. These 2 guys reached out to me and wanted lumber taken. So it's a common thing for me. I'll pick up lumber in a small place called Port Hope Simpson in Labrador. What he does, he has his own sawmill. He cuts firewood, cuts lumber, does a good job, charges way cheaper. And the guys up in Labrador City and here in Goose Bay, they're buying it for a lot less. And even with shipping added, it saves them money. So last year they contacted me to ship this stuff. They made it seem like they were friends, and they supposedly were, as far as I was supposed to know. I gave them a price, kind of like, okay, I'm charging you this. The guy in Lab City, he was getting charged the same price because it was twice the distance, and that was all fine. So I said, yeah, I'll charge you half the price the other guy. This is where things took a turn. So how it usually works is I drop the trailer off in Port Hope because they are right next to my hometown, like a half-hour drive. They load it for me, and I take it, hook onto the trailer, and go. I did that. I asked them, and I made sure to ask, is the lumber for 2 of them on my trailer? Is it all there? Is it ready to go? And I was responded to with, yes, it is. I may have been talking to the wrong person, but still I had written confirmation that that was lumber for both of them. We'll call them Jerry and Frederick. And yeah, so I had confirmation that Fred and Jerry's lumber was on my trailer, ready to go, ready to be dropped off. Headed off to Goose Bay with eventual plans of going to Lab City. Come on. Oh, we get to Goose Bay and I messaged the guy with the load, the first half of the load. We'll assign Fred to him. Get there and I message him and tell him, hey, your wood's here, ready to pick up. So I just wanted him to come get it because it costs extra for me to drive in there. It's like a really rough road. He brought his friend with a truck and he says, well, hang on a second. So if you're going to Lab City with this, why don't I just take it for you, for him, for free, and you can give him a discount because he said his father was driving up tomorrow, like the next day. So that was fun. I was like, yeah, sure. It saves me the time of having to offload it when I get there, and it obviously helps the customer. And I don't know, gives his father who's driving up the next day anyway something to do. I didn't know. And anyways, it all seemed good. So I messaged his friend, and you know, once again, we're still going with the narrative of, oh, they're best friends. Everyone's all lovey-dovey. And I say, okay. So I message him and we start offloading it. This is what I get sent from the customer in Lab City. So this here is the scene of the crime. Guys, let me know what videos you might want to see with this load. This is an old-fashioned Danger Industries load. This is the channel where we make videos about trucks, everything about hauling, and everything about business. So right here in this exact spot where this truck is parked, where this car is, was the customer's load of wood. He met up with me, he was super cool. meets up, says, yeah, I'll take it up for free, and if you can just give him a discount, that'd be great. Little did I know this was all part of a scam. This was all part of a bamboozle. Couldn't see it coming since they both agreed that they were best friends. It did not play out that well. The guy takes the wood and goes MIA. I gave him the email for the money transfer, for the payment, didn't get anything. He kind of cut contact. He had 3 phones, none of which were working. That's a red flag there, 3 phones. Any more than 2 and big red flag. He being stupid, I ignored him. I didn't trust this guy 100%, but I trusted his friend, the customer in Lab City. He kind of vouched for him, just not meaning to, but by being friends. And in that regard, everything seemed fine. Nothing seemed out of place. Nothing seemed wrong. And anyways, I took the rest of the load, went to Lab City without it, and I start getting worried because I haven't gotten a payment yet. I haven't gotten anything, no contact from the guy who had the wood. My customer in Lab City ended up not getting the wood, and I mean, this is on me. I'm the one who released it without getting permission from Jerry first, and this is on me. I'm not getting paid. Customer in Lab City that I trusted isn't paying for no wood, and the guy I didn't trust, he had the ball in his court. But luckily, because they are friends, he kind of knew where maybe the wood could be. That's what conspired all this, the hunt for the missing wood. So when I got back, it was clear that I wasn't getting paid for the wood, and the wood wasn't getting brought to Labrador City. He was completely missing in action, not answering anything, very little contact. It was pretty sketchy stuff, so I knew something was wrong, 100%. Got my father, we jumped in the truck, and we went looking for this on a small tip that he was one of the only cabins around this huge lake near this town. So we're out here in the woods in the middle of Goose Bay, and an interesting happening happened. We're going around here looking for a cabin with some wood that was taken off my trailer without the customer's permission. And what a story that is. So after driving around some, we found this small driveway going off the main highway towards this pond, and we could kind of see the vehicle that he was in when he came to get the wood. A silver, what was it? A Sunflower, that was it, a Pontiac Sunflower. And I just saw a little corner of it, and that's our guy. Driving along the main road, we found the guy's car, and we found the woods. So he's just out at a cabin. We're gonna turn around now, pull in, see if we can take the wood. Hopefully it goes without issue, but this guy has stopped talking to us, me and the customer. He has 3 phone numbers, 2 of which no longer work, and he is not answering his Facebook Messenger. This guy's gone ghost. But we found the ghost. So that was it. We pulled into his driveway, and just, it was kind of sketchy. His girlfriend or whatever came out and like waved to us and said, "We're here to get the wood." Hey, so yes, wanted me to pick up the wood to bring to Lab City tomorrow. That's we haven't been paid, and it's none of it's Fred's. So we start loading. It was sketchy. The guy never came out to help. No one came to talk to us. It was super 100% sketchy. So that's the wood there. We're gonna see if they're gonna come out and help now, or what's gonna happen. Weird stuff. All right, you ready to start loading? I guess it's pretty much all the 2x4 and all that plank. That's it, she's all loaded up. That's nuts. There's a shit ton of wood. All right. Now there's one less load of lumber that they could steal. We win this one. The story's not over yet. So we got the wood loaded, and that was it. That was uneventful. But the tragedies aren't over yet. We get it back, put it on the trailer, head towards Labrador City to drop it off, and customer Jerry, very happy to finally get his wood and fully willing to pay. That was all good, but not before my F450 took some damage first. Customer, he was good to meet up whenever, take everything off, put it in his different, he had 2 or 3 different trucks he put it in, and that was beautiful. Talked about trucks, talked about life, talked about shitty people that you can't trust. That was a good conversation, but then some stuff happened. All right, so he wants me to swing into his driveway there, pulling forward. This should be interesting. Man, this wood sucks. Some bad stuff to this poor truck. So while we were loading, my father dropped a piece of wood in between the trailer and the truck, and it put a nice scrape. It's pretty dusty. Put a nice scrape here on the dually fender. This should buff out most likely, but pretty sad. But that's just the beginning. That's not even the worst of it. So something I noticed was that the tailgate wasn't closing properly. And if you look here, you can see this wave here. This is from the weight of the wood on the tailgate, which, you know, never should have had to be in this truck to begin with. And it actually crinkled up the tailgate just a little bit. Like that sucks. That is a lesson learned. These aluminum tailgates are not like the steel ones. They cannot take that much weight. Same thing on the other side here. You can easily see it. Yeah, just a little bit of crinkle. Someone tell me if that's normal or not. I don't think it is, because when I close the tailgate, if I just do it gently, this side doesn't click in. Okay, well maybe it's not too bad, but you gotta give her a good close now before it lines up. Those tailgates really need to be built stronger, but the poor F450 took some damage here on the front. I don't know if I have video of this, but I was trying to back out of his driveway. He was a bit hesitant to go moving all his vehicles around. There was about 3 we had to move, but I thought I could get out pretty easily without him moving that vehicle, that truck that we loaded the lumber into. So I said, don't worry about it, but I should have been more worried about the piece of lumber, the 1 2x4 that was stuck out about this much past all the other lumber that was already stuck out past the truck. I didn't see it. There was 1 2x4, and while it was turning in, it got the headlight right here. Actually, no, that's a bug. That is a bug. False alarm. It hit the headlight right here, just scratched it, and then came up, I think. You see the scrape here, scratches here. It'll buff, but pretty sad. But the big thing, the reason I'm talking about this is the lesson learned. The big lesson here is you can't trust yourself, and you certainly can't trust others. Double check, triple check. Don't be rushed into things. If you think something feels off, if you feel like you should check with someone before doing something, just wait. No one is in that big of a hurry. There is always tomorrow. In the grand scheme of things, in the scheme of your life, little things like when someone can get wood or how much they can take, stupid stuff like that, doesn't actually matter. Cover your ass first, double check, triple check, get out and look before you drive somewhere. Don't trust yourself, don't trust others. You got to be careful and take your time. I could have avoided hitting that wood if I would have gotten out, looked at it, sized it up more, looked at that one stick that was sticking out, but I didn't. I wanted to save 30 seconds and ended up scraping up this beautiful truck. The tailgate, I had to go get that wood, had no idea the tailgate was that weak, but that's what this channel is for. On Danger Industries, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. It's awesome seeing that number up. Jen, she's putting in all the legwork, editing these, and we just love seeing the subscriber count go up. If you like the video, don't forget to like it, because that's helping as well. And yeah, share this with your friends, share this with your trucking buddies, share this with anyone you think might enjoy it or needs to hear it. And that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. You guys have a good day. Oh, and don't forget to comment what kind of a video you guys want to see tomorrow while we're towing this. I'm so happy we got an old-fashioned Danger Industries load together.